Hey y'all, I'm Carolina Tony. Thank you for stopping by my channel. Today the road brings me to Pensacola, Florida, and we are here at the old Pensacola village, and we're going to take a look around and just see what's here, and you're gonna come with me. But right after this station identification. This is the Julie Cottage. This is a cottage that is designed after the Creole cottages that were around New Orleans. This is one of the only surviving ones left in Pensacola. It's from around 1927. This is called the Julie Cottage. 1865 to 1877. This exhibit represents the cottage of a working class African family during the era of Reconstruction. After the Civil War, the Industrial Revolution began. Factories and businesses were booming, and former slaves were actually able to go to work and earn a wage to live in a place like this.
It's a brand new program. We have recently gotten some success, so on Tuesday we dyed these cloths yellow. These are from yellow onion skins. They became a very vibrant yellow, which we're excited about. And today we're going to try to make some purples, so we're going to try to do pokeberry dye. It's a local berry from around the area. It's going to make a really deep purple. We have it on the pot right now, so you can kind of see it's purple in there. And we're also going to try to do sage. So sage is supposed to be kind of like a purpley gray. So we did this with sage in our iron pot, and it turns a little bit darker than we wanted, so we're going to try it in our tin pot today and see if we can bring out some of those purples. And cream of tartar. So alum is a natural salt that they would have mined for and used. So it kind of helps the color stick to the fabric. So first we would soak it in this alum bath for a couple of hours. So we did all of these cloths on Tuesday, so now they're dry and ready to take dye whenever we're ready to dye them. So we'll transfer them into the dye bath and then get these vibrant colors, hopefully.
This particular well actually shows up in the fort in 1778 and provided drinking water and irrigation for the gardens. Here is a herb garden. Back in the day, there wasn't drugstores, CVS's and Walgreens on every corner, so you had to make your own medicine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here is an outdoor oven. This is the Museum of Industry here in old Pensacola village. Give us a little look at the different types of industry down through the ages in Pensacola. Here is a display of brick. Some brick from the 1850s, 1830s, 1807 to 1809.
1770.
Oh, here's an old one here. Here's one from 1770. Some very old bricks. Here's a display telling how brick was made using clay and mixing it up, wetting it and putting it in a mold and laying it out in the sun to dry, or putting it in a kiln to dry. And this is a very good display on a kiln and how the bricks were actually fired on the little train or little cart. They were stacked and pushed into the kiln. All right, I have been calling this a kiln, but according to the literature that they have for you, it's called a keel. And now you know. And there's a snapper. Over my shoulder is a half section of a full scale snapper smack log cart. It ran on rails. The logs were brought from the forest by truck and then stacked in the yard, then put on the log cart to be pushed into the sawmill. And right here is the saw for the sawmill. After the logs were sawn square and cut into boards, then they would go through a planer and plane them down to size. A company called Pensacola Consolidated Naval Stores Company was founded in 1902. They produced tar and pitch and turpentine from pine rosin. Pitch is a concentrated form of pine tar. It was used for waterproofing and caulking ships, and the tar was used on the rigging, and turpentine was used as a solvent and thinner. One of the methods to collect the pine tar would be, or pine sap, would be to scale the bark off the pine log and put a little pan under it to catch it. Here's another method where they would just scale the bark off and notch it. The pine rosin or sap would flow into there, the little pan to be collected. And of course that pine sap or tar would be sort of distilled just like moonshine and turned into turpentine.
Pensacola Beach.
All aboard! Ellen and through car service to Gull Point, Avalon, Hart, Galt City, Milton, and Bayou.
This is the T.R. Miller engine. In 1935, the T.R. Miller Mill Company of Bruton, Alabama, they bought this engine to use in their sawmill. Very simple kitchens made to do the job and get the little lady off of the hot fire cooking outside, bring it into the house, cooking with gas. Here is a alcohol powered iron and a gas powered iron where the natural gas hose would be connected right there. Seems kind of dangerous, I think. Display of a 1920s living room. The Victorian times, the decor was a lot more cluttered. In the 1920s, things kind of got spread out, where the radio was the focal point of everyone's Evening activities. Christ Church in Pensacola was erected in 1832, and this is the oldest building in Florida still standing on the original site. It was used by the federal forces during the Civil War as barracks and as a hospital. The A.M. Avery Hardware Steamboat Supplies, oils, tinwares, and house furnishing goods. From 1852 to 1920. The Clutter Music House. John M. Clutter was born in Pennsylvania in 1847 and established a music store in the early 1890s. Above this store was Clutter Music Hall, site for dances, live music, and dancing lessons. After his death, the business continued by his sons until 1923. This was Pensacola's first traffic light from 1926. Well, I hope you have enjoyed our trip to Old Pensacola. If you did, be sure to go below. Give me a big old thumbs up. Be sure to tell your family and friends and share on your social media. But until next time, y'all have a good day.